So there is my house with my door. That is blue, which is kind of nice. It's a Kentucky blue, and that's a good thing. And then my flower bed out front. And my stone unearthing project. All this area was covered in clover and crabgrass. And when I got out here to chop it down with hand shears, I discovered there were all these stones underneath, which will be good because that means I won't have to mow so much. It's trash day. What can I say? So here are the flowers. I put my Arctic Fire heuchera in a pot because it was in the wrong spot in the flower bed. So here are the cosmos I grew from teeny tiny little seeds. My Elijah bluegrass, which I bought. My little pinky flowers, which are supposed to be red because this is the red, yellow, and orange flower bed, but they turned out to be kind of pink, so they may get moved. My yarrow, my monarda. I bought the yarrow. I bought the pinky plants. I bought the monarda. One of these is a cone flower, and two of them are coreopsis, two different varieties, but I can't remember which is which, so surprise when somebody blooms. My greyhound sign. I'm sort of reclaiming this bed. This was where the ash pile was. Whoever lived here before piled charcoal briquettes and charcoal ash up in a big mound, and it just drove me crazy. So I got rid of it and put some nice soil in there, and now I'm trying to grow semi-shade plants. My Hobbit Gate, which I really liked. I ordered a sign for it coming from somewhere in Eastern Europe, but it hasn't arrived yet. And we're waiting to see before he sends me another one. And I have my gate. And this is the way I come into the house. The front door has got a chair in front of it, so you can't even get in the front door. But I come in this way because it's dog safe. My alley, or whatever, by the side of my house. This is where I've been dumping the rock that I'm sifting. So it's nice and rocky now, but eventually I will need more rock. I mean, I will need something to do something else with the rock because I won't need that much. Alright, I got some edgers. Of course, you never get enough. I need some more. It would pay to measure stuff before you bought, but I'm not that smart. Alright, second door. Oh, let me back up. So, the privet lives next door, but the privet likes to grow into my house. And the home inspector guy said that's not good for my house. So eventually I have to get out here and try to cut it back a little bit. But it's a lovely home for birds, so I don't want to cut it back like, well, sometimes when I start cutting things I do get carried away. But anyway, I just need it to not touch my house. So then we're going to go through the second door with the second gate. And this is the real backyard. So there's my electric meter. And this is, it's about, you know, how wide it is. Not very. Different paving stones, a piece of slate, crappy concrete that's breaking up and shredding. I think a redbud bush that I need to get rid of or move because that's right where the dogs like to run. Well, Rosie, when Rosie runs, which is not that. So then if you come in, this is the side of the house. We'll see more of it. Kitchen. Most of these are my indoor plants, but I've got some baby seedlings. So those are my baby seedlings. Those are my catnip See how big they are? I grew them from seeds. And I'm growing some Chinese lanterns and some more coreopsis, but I don't know how well they're gonna do. They're teeny tiny still. And I've got some butterfly weed in the house that's even smaller. Oh, cat's talking. Tomatoes I'm gonna give away. Indoor plants that are living outside. I think this one needs to be repotted because it usually looks better. And the cat's out of the window. She was in that window. So then if you go to this corner, oh, well, we'll talk about that in a minute. If you go to this corner and you stand looking towards the gate, this is what you get. You get the gate and the bush, and you get my Bilko door. I'm drying out those sacks from potting soil so I can use them to put sticks and stuff in to throw away. The cat lights up. She's in this window now. She's in the kitchen window, standing on top of the microwave. And then if you turn this way, you'll see the steps. You'll see the rest of the garden. The whole garden is in now. I have planted all the veggies. I resist the urge to plant anything else. So I have 2 pepper plants that I bought. I have tomato plants that I grew from seed. I have an eggplant that I bought. Back there I have my potatoes that I earthed up yesterday, but I don't know. They're peeking out already, so I guess they're growing still. Looking forward to potatoes. My basil, I'm going to move it out from under there because I think it's getting too shady, but I want to wait until I have the right flower pot. This is my store-bought tomato, so of course it's humongous. These are my 3 cucumbers that I planted from seeds. 3 more tomatoes that I planted from seed, and a rogue cosmos. And those are my zucchini that I planted from seed. Probably put too many of them in the bag, but I had a hard time cutting back and killing plants. So I know next year I put some outside in the front for people to take. So next year I will do that again instead of planting too many in my yard. Those are my peas. Look how much they've grown. They look kind of like they wouldn't be growing, but they look pretty, but they are. I made them a little yarn trellis. Then I have herbs, oregano, rosemary, and thyme. And then over here I have my moss rose and my Kentucky kernel spearmint, my bonsai tree that I have kept alive for an entire year. It was a retirement gift that I got on May 22nd, and so here it is a whole year later and I still have it. There is my kitchen cart that is going to become a potting bench, but we've had rain, so I had to cover it up until I can get it waterproofed. And this is the back. I have my sign on the door that my friends Sharon and Owen sent to me from France, and you can't see it, but I'll see if I can go up and get it. Hanging up, there it is, hanging in the window on the inside are the bells they gave me last year. And when I first hung them up, the first few times that Lacey went out the door and they made noise, she freaked out. But now she's used to them. So this is the garden. This is the house. Here we are standing at the top of the steps, and we're looking at the garden. We're looking at that little patio over there that's covered with nice blossoms. If I ever get to sit out here, it might be over there in the bush, the side of the house. So if you look this way, this yard behind me goes all the way up to the back of a house that faces the other street. And then we have these houses up here, And what they did was they took all the yards from those houses. They would go back, way back here, and they sold them off or whatever and made these houses. 2 here and 2 over there. And that's how we got such tiny yards, but I think they have even smaller yards. Ooh, there's a black cat up there. I think he was in my yard the other night, or coming in. But my neighbor, they very nice people. They like to grow things. She's got some gardening stuff over there. And this is a temporary, probably long-term fence, because when I bought the place, the only thing that was here was this chain link, and I didn't want the dogs to get hurt on the chain link. But the chain link is sitting on top of a little stone wall, and the little stone wall is falling apart, and you can't take the fence out without making the wall fall apart and have to be rebuilt. So guess what? I didn't take it out. There's all this evil ivy. I hate ivy. I never want to see English ivy again. The problem is now it's between the fences and I can't kill it dead. So I just keep digging it out of my yard when it pops under. But someday, when I win the lottery, I'll pay someone to take down the fence, fix the stone wall, and rip out the ivy. So yeah, you know when that's going to happen. No time soon. So anyway, that's my yard and my house. And I hope you enjoyed this.